Alright, so in this video I have a new pair of sneakers from Adidas. This is one that I saw on their website and I was like, dudes, this is a pretty nice looking model. And it is a new one that kind of has a retro runner vibe, like a 90s retro runner vibe. So I reached out to Adidas. I do some monthly sponsorships with Adidas, which has been amazing to be able to do for the channel. And if you guys like the content, please drop a like and help me out with the brand. Let them know that you guys support the channel. But anyway, I reached out to them and said, hey, can you guys send me these ones? Because I was really interested in these. And this is the adidas Orketro, if that's how you say the name. If it's not, I super apologize, but that's what it says on the tongue. O-R-K-E-T-R-O, Orketro, or retro, with OK retro. I'm not really sure where they're going with it, but I thought it looked like a cool looking model, and this is kind of a gold colorway. What is the actual colors? Let me check. So this is like a pyrite colorway, but really fire. I like the look of it. They have a couple of other colorways that I thought looked nice, but this is one of those pairs that drew my attention because it's not a chunky like runner, and I like the azaleas and like, you know, the dad shoes sort of chunky vibes as well. They have a bunch of those in the Osworld lineup with the Oswegos and stuff, but this is something that is not chunky and something that I found looked pretty cool. So I wanted to give it a try, let you guys know my thoughts on the model. And let's go ahead and get into the video. So as I said, this is the Orketro. It's 140 at Adidas. And if you guys are interested in buying a pair, check the link in the description. It'll take you over to the Adidas site and you can buy your own pair. If you guys use my link, it lets Adidas know that you guys mess with the channel. And it's greatly appreciated when you guys do that. In fact, if you even don't want to buy these and you click my link, go to Adidas, and then you actually just shop around and find anything on their site that you buy, when you use my link from the beginning, it still gives me some credit. So throwing that out there, I appreciate y'all. The Orketro shoe looks like a lightweight 90s running shoe. The asymmetrical design is crafted from a mix of mesh and suede with metallic leather details and rests upon a premium rubber outsole. The shoes are signed off with the Trefoil and Orketro branding on the tongue. So one thing that I was very interested in from the first images of the shoe was the fact that it didn't have big, huge 3 stripes up the side of the shoe. It actually has them across the toe right here, and that is kind of cool. It kind of reminded me, I think it was some T-Max, some basketball shoes from back in the day. I like the look of that. It was very kind of subtle, but also very impactful at the same time. Then the fact that this is like a 90s inspired shoe, and this is always something that I find entertaining, is like a 90s inspired shoe, but made in modern like day and age. And the fact that they mixed up the mesh with the panels on the upper, I just always love. I'm a 90s dude, and I love the fact that they have like a mix of different materials. So you have primarily mesh, but then you have like a white knit outline right here, which is kind of a cool thing to add on top of that. And then you do have overlay on top of overlay over the mesh. So it's really the mesh foundation with a bunch of different overlays on the shoe. You have that metallic gold overlay, as they kind of hinted at right here, and then you could see the 3 stripes overlaid on top of that even. And then underneath the gold, you do have a fused material here, as well as on the side panel of the shoe, and then also back here underneath this section of gold also. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 layers of different materials that they're putting on top of a mesh like 90s inspired shoe. I'm there for it. I think it looks cool. And then you have a mesh tongue, and then you have the Orketro logo right down in the middle right here, where you can obviously lace underneath. That was something that some 90s shoes and stuff did as well. So it's kind of fun to see them bring it back in like kind of a retro runner. It does feature adiprene and adiprene plus on this midsole. And then check out the outsole. It looks kind of cool as well. I like the overlook of that. Now I looked at the shoe and I was like, wait a minute. This reminds me of this shoe that I just reviewed. So this is another kind of iteration or version of a modern like retro runner done in a non-chunky dad vibe way. And I again like what they're doing. So this is 2 different versions. And as you could see, like this is very similarly different. Obviously the uppers are completely different, but you know what is the same? The outsole and the midsole. So they actually use the same midsole and outsole on both of these, which I think is kind of cool. Honestly, it's a nice mix of the adiprene plus and the regular adiprene and the overall styling of the midsole. It's kind of smart to reutilize that midsole, considering you're not really buying this for the midsole technology. You're really just looking at the difference in the materials that they can do in the upper and just the upper construction and build. And it looks very similar once again, but they are a little bit different. If you like the 3 stripes on the side, then I would recommend this one to try. This is the Adidas Supernova that I recently reviewed, and there is the, I thought it was a beaver back here, but it's actually a groundhog. This is a Groundhog's Day themed Supernova. Really cool pair right here. And I'll link both of these in the description again if you guys are interested in either of them. This one's actually, I think, $10 or $20 cheaper than this one. So anyway, I think that they did a good job on it. I like the overall look of it. I would say the fit is true to size for those looking to cop, and it's not a wide shoe by any means, but it's not like too narrow. I think it's a perfect, just normal fit. If you have an extremely wide foot, then you should probably try to go with the like the dad shoe vibes, the Oswegos and Those ones are really wide feet, as well as like the azaleas are pretty good, but the Oswego's I think are definitely the more wide foot friendly pair. Anyways, what do you guys think about the Orketro model, if that's how you say it or not? I think it's kind of cool, and if you guys are interested in buying them or want to see the other colorways, check the links in the description. They do have some other colorways that are pretty cool, and they had a couple of them that were Adidas confirmed exclusive, so kind of interesting that they did some of that as well. It'd be a fun one to see more collaborations on. I love the asymmetrical look across the side of the shoe, and it could be one where you could do a lot of different colored prints across this leather like panel right here, and I don't know, you can make some really wild ones with this one. It'd be fun to actually have it available to do my own color blocking on a My Adidas, but they don't have My Adidas anymore. Adidas, bring back My Adidas. I was a big fan of it back in the day, and it'd be cool to have it back, especially on random models like this. I can make a really fun one. Not a bad colorway. I definitely want to see the blue one in hand, but overall I think it's a nice looking model on feet as well. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the quick little look at the Orketro. Appreciate y'all for stopping by and watching. If you guys are new to the channel, drop a like and subscribe. And if you guys already support the channel, drop a like. Appreciate y'all. Have a good rest of the day. Hopefully we'll see you back for some more sneaker content. All right. Peace, guys.